announcement in here. I have a Ambit Book Club on Facebook. If you look up Ambit Book Club in your search, you'll find us. And what we're doing is just reading together. And I try really hard to get an author on the call. And I do have an author set up for May 14th at 8 p.m. And I hope you all can be on that call. And she's also getting, she's selling her books on her website, the Page Daily, for half price, just for Ambit. There's a special code on the Facebook page that I can look up if I need to announce it later. I'll let the employees decide if I need to do that. In the meantime, though, I wanted to introduce our first caller. My name's Sherilyn Clay, and I'm a senior consultant out of Grapevine, Texas. I work with the Enlightened. They're an amazing couple. They have helped me tremendously, not just in coaching. They've been such a mentor to me in just general life as well. I can go to them with a lot of things, which is an awesome partnership I would never have found had I not found Ambit. So I'm truly blessed beyond my wildest dreams by this opportunity, when I thought it was money and it wasn't about money at all. So I'm really thrilled to introduce our first speaker tonight, who is, for you guys who are new to Ambit, because I know there's always new people on this call, and you may not know these leaders like I do, but they are truly leaders in our business, even to the point where they are on our leadership council, and they meet with our CEO and our CMO, Chris and Jerry, on a quarterly basis. Maybe we're watching them that, but they represent the field. Because that's who you have to work with. If people actually get right in front of our CMO and CEO and express your needs and concerns. So it couldn't be a better place, because only a few consultants get that, have that opportunity. And it's from their leadership and what they do that they earn that spot. So tonight we're going to start a call with none other than the infamous Richard Amoyo.
Hey, Sherilyn, thanks so much. I appreciate that. I don't know about infamous. I don't know. I thought I buried most of those files. So, hey guys, some of you are on the actual Hangout, and some of you guys are actually on the conference line. If you don't know what the Hangout is, don't worry about that right now. If you get on our Facebook group page, then you'll see the links that get posted there. It's Ambit Power Group is the actual Facebook group, so you can probably do a search for that or get with your upline and get the links on there. If you're in my group, I just emailed out links to all of our social media so you guys can get connected and just getting alerts and different things. So don't worry about that. If you actually are on the conference line and you are on the Google Hangout, I would recommend that you just turn the volume down on your conference line, or one or the other, because you're going to have a delay by probably more than 5 to 10 seconds on the Google Hangout. So just mute one of them out so you're not hearing both of them, because you're going to hear it not in stereo. It's just going to sound ugly. But anyway, so we're just trying to use this new piece of technology. One, there's so many of you guys that we've not had a chance to meet. Mary will be here in just a second. We're literally taking things up to the minute with getting ready for Power Trip. This is a big event for Mary and I. Has been, twice a year for multiple years now, and it's where we really take it as a major opportunity to get our team in front of Chris and Jerry, because you go to Ambition, let's say, you see Chris and Jerry from 100 yards away or whatever it is, and of course you hear them speak and they share, and it sounds like they're connecting right with you. Well, just picture being in a much smaller venue and getting to actually literally rub shoulders with them or be able to ask questions of them. So it's just a very different personal dynamic to get with our co-founders and owners that actually are working behind these $19 folding tables, running a billion-dollar company, and you get to see the humility live and in action. So anyway, it's just special. I know Mary wanted to talk a little bit about Power Trip, so I'm going to let her do that real quick.
Hey guys, I know Power Trip's coming up really quick. We kick off tomorrow night with an all-star business presentation. It is going to be at the Night Hotel, which is the venue where Power Trip is located, so we will not be having a meeting at the DoubleTree like we usually do. It is to the Night Hotel. If you don't have the address, it's on ambitpowertrip.com. And let me tell you, it is one of the most powerful trainings that we have in all of Ambit Energy. I am telling you, when you get to Power Trip, if you are not already registered and you can get yourself here, get yourself here. You will not regret it. I'm telling you, it changes people's belief system in Ambit, changes people's viewpoint on Ambit, and this will be the most powerful Power Trip that we've had in years. The fact that we're back in a hotel, definitely changes the dynamic. The lineup of presenters and trainers that we have is incredible. I mean, I can't wait. I'm like grabbing my new notebook so I can take notes because we've got some incredible trainers. I'm looking forward to learning new things to take our business to the next level. And if you're not coming because you're busy or you've got another commitment that could be moved around, you know what? You're selling yourself short. Every single one of you got into Ambit Energy for something. Maybe it was financial freedom. Maybe it was time freedom. Maybe it was to buy back your time so you could spend it with the ones you love. Whatever that reason is, it's got to be enough for you to take out the time this weekend. I know a lot of you already have commitments. See what you can do to rearrange those commitments because it will make it completely worth your while. You'll hear from our co-founders in a way that you've never heard from them before. I mean, Richard and I, we get to work with Chris and Jerry on a very close level. I actually got an email today from Chris Chambliss's wife. You know, I'll be meeting with Jerry Thompson's wife next week, and so we get to see them in a way that most of you never will, but we see them in a way at Power Trip that we never get to see them. We never get to experience the banter and their working relationship like we do at Power Trip. So it's a very special time for you to experience that, and you're not going to get to experience it any other way. And if you've already been on a corporate tour, go again. It changes every single year because of the expansion that Ambit's producing. So you definitely just want to take that opportunity to meet and greet our co-founders, to go and ask any question you want of them. There will be a day that Power Trip will not be like this. There will be a day sometime in the future that you cannot get Jerry and Chris to an event like Power Trip. So just make sure you take full advantage of that. And then, did you want to say anything else about Power Trip?
No, I mean, you know, the one thing I can tell you, I mean, Mary and I have a major church event, and obviously both of us serve in a very high leadership position in our church with probably each with over 150 people under or around us in that organization. And, you know, we're not going to be at that event. And the reason why we're not going to be at that event is because of Power Trip. And, of course, all of our, you know, upline leadership there completely understands the importance of this event for us, the business at large, and the people that we, you know, lead and serve, you know, in the business. So, plus it's a great opportunity for us to fellowship with people that we don't get to do on a regular basis because they're in other markets, other states, and, you know, it's just the way it is. So understand, for us, we take this very serious. We know that it is usually a breakthrough weekend for most people. If they come there, bring their best, bring an empty notebook, you know, bring a pen that they're prepared to exhaust, and also just to meet as many people as possible and create new breakthroughs and new goals for themselves.
It's not just a training weekend. There's lots of opportunities for you to meet and greet other people in the business. On Friday, we'll have a power mixer that Bear Gordon, the senior consultant, almost executive out of Austin, put together. It's from 4 to 6 in the hotel. We've also got lunch, a lunch buffet that you can buy on Saturday, where all the speakers have gotten a free ticket for the lunch buffet. So you're going to get to meet some of the fastest growing consultants in the entire company, people who've literally been here less than 3 or 4 years, the Masons. They're going to be getting their yellow jacket very soon, record time, which means somebody else coming into the business could do it in a faster amount of time just because our footprint is bigger. So what it will do for you is it'll give you a new found hope for your business. You'll see something different about your business that you hadn't seen before. We always do, and we've been around the company for 7 years now. In every Power Trip, our eyes get opened up to something greater. So just make sure you take full advantage of that. And then I wanted to go and talk. We pull up Chris Chambliss's email. I wanted to go back, and last week, 1 week ago, everybody received an email from Chris Chambliss. And the email was regarding the Direct Selling Association, and it was for for a petition that the Direct Selling Association is putting through to Congress. And it really is about the value of direct selling and what you've gotten out of direct selling. We want to have as many names on that petition as possible. Chris Chambliss, our co-founder and chief marketing officer, he's actually on the board of the Direct Selling Association. This is his first year there. And what we want is we want the association to know that Ambit Energy is going to be a loud and proud voice for the DSA. Be a very active member of the Direct Selling Association. And so I urge you all right now, go online, go to wherever your email is. 1 week ago on Wednesday last week, what's today, the 9th, so it was Wednesday the 2nd, Chris Chambliss sent out an email to everybody. There's a link, and all you have to do is enter your contact information in there. There's a little space where you can write about what did Ambit Energy, or what does direct selling mean to you? And you have an opportunity to just put your information in there. And let me just pull it up real quick. So it's supporting direct selling and Ambit's positive impact on America's economic growth. So it really is just reaching out to congressmen to let them know, hey, direct selling is really a viable industry. And you know, really what we're here to do is we're here for people to realize that direct selling is an actual profession, and there are professionals in direct selling. And we always talk about Eric Worre's book, Go Pro, because it's about being a professional in direct selling. So during the meeting, the president of the association challenged each board member to support an exciting new initiative that will increase the effectiveness of their efforts, and I need your help. So it's on and on to talk about this direct selling proclamation and compact, and they want as many direct selling association participants to sign that proclamation as possible. So we want to really just lead the charge, and it takes, I did mine today, it literally takes 5 minutes to do. If you're typing out information on that, if you're actually giving your testimonial, it's been an incredible business for us and what it's done for us. And for some of you, maybe you don't have a story like we do yet, but it's coming. Maybe you've gotten free energy for the past, year, 3 months, or a month. Maybe you've actually had given you the ability to hope again. Maybe you'd lost hope in having anything, and direct selling's giving you hope again. Whatever that is, just go in there and make sure you fill that information out and put your name on the proclamation, because it is important. The Direct Selling Association makes sure that the direct selling industry in and of itself is protected. It's protected against people who are going to give us a bad name. It's protected from laws that could potentially be a ruin for some of the companies in the Direct Selling Association. It just really is here to help forward our industry. So really important that you go and you actually click on that link and use information.
All right, super. I had closed my Outlook out because I was having issues, and so Mary had to go hunt and peck on her phone for that. Sorry, guys. So I want to touch on a couple of things. Some things I've heard over the past, couple of weeks, and this might be not you, or maybe it is you, or maybe it's happening your downline, but I've had a number of times where someone is introducing me to their guest, either in person at a meeting, before the meeting, after the meeting, whatever it is, or actually during the three-way phone call, during the edification, and they introduce me to their guest as, hi, this is my friend Bob, my prospect. So guys, just let's make sure that guests are not being referred to as prospects. That no one likes to be labeled as a prospect. Internally, when we're talking about what's going on with your prospect, what's going on with your list, we're going to talk a little bit benign. But when we're live and in person, the relationship marketing piece has got to be there. So we're always talking to people based on their name or the relationship you have with them.
Or this is my guest.
Or this is my guest. It's just one of those things. I know it sounds simple, and maybe, but just it's easy to kind of slip up. Also, inside of that is also not using any kind of lingo. Is that you? I don't know where it's coming from. Sorry, guys, I gotta snub somebody out here. Okay, thank you.
One more thing about Power Trip. Adam Carey, executive consultant from California, just sent me this text. He said, my buddy from California, Jim Moore, and I both said last Power Trip, the breakfast on Friday and the Friday night event with Chris and Jerry was the training ticket, even if they never had training. And these guys flew from California to Texas, and they had to pay for a hotel and a rental car and their tickets and whatever incidentals occur with, flying halfway across the country. And they said the breakfast and the night event, just the Friday events, is well over covered their expense for the trip. So just know that somebody, and the only reason why Adam's not coming is his wife is due in 6 days, and it's 8
days. He's got time to fly back if he gets in.
It's 6. She's due April 15th.
He told me 8. He told me 8 days.
He's counting wrong. Regardless, I definitely would be killing him if he were not in California. So that's the only reason why he's not coming.
He could make it back. So anyway, guys, so using lingo, SCRC, stuff like that. Well, let's use the proper. I know it's sometimes we get lazy or whatever, but we want to use the language that people are going to be able to resonate with. No one knows what an SC is. No one knows what an EC is. So we want to make sure that we're referring to non-lingo language. We want to make sure we're using the actual correct terminology.
And also in that, even when you're saying executive consultant, that doesn't mean anything to the guest. They don't know what that is. So if you're introducing someone who's an executive consultant, let them know. That's the second highest rank in the entire company. Very few people have achieved that level of success. And let them know that it's part of the edification. If they're a senior consultant, and they're a senior consultant, that means they've promoted twice now in the business, and they're well on their way to being able to quit their job if they haven't already, whatever that is. So just explain a little bit what the rank is, because a lot of consultants, they don't know. I mean, most of the guests, they won't know what that is. And in fact, most of the new consultants really don't know what that is. So it's always, explain that and try not to use any of the lingo.
Something else, guys. So when we're talking about doing the invitation, I've had people, kind of talk about how, they do the invitation and they give them the link, and they're supposed to watch in time. And I think what's happened over time is people have just gotten busier and busier. Everyone's got busy lives. And I think what you've got to plan on doing is being prepared to set a time for them to watch the video, but you're not giving them the link till they're ready to watch the video. And you get on the phone with them to get them on the website, and you're going to have them skip the first tab and go straight to the second tab, which is going to get it down to about 14 minutes. And you're going to sit on the phone and watch that with them. Now, you turn your volume down because it's probably not going to be timed or in sync at the same. So you want to stay on the line. It's almost like doing a one-on-one face-to-face, but you're getting them on the line to actually just take a look at the video while you're on the phone with them. So don't give them a link ahead of time, if at all possible, and do that. The other thing is get busy with the one-on-ones, using the tools that we have. Just like, if you can get in front of somebody, get in front of somebody. It demonstrates your commitment. It demonstrates your willingness to what you're doing to build this business. Plus, your enthusiasm and your passion will come through a whole lot more, a whole lot better face-to-face than it's going to come through on the phone or any other means. So I think one of the things that people are scared to do is they're scared to get the immediate rejection. Well, if you're scared to get the immediate rejection, then you're going to prevent yourself from getting the immediate success. So you want to make sure you're putting yourself out there, make the stretch. People need to see that this is something that you're committed to. And I promise you, if you're swinging for the fences, just trying to get people to the live meetings without having people take a look at the video first, I think you're serving yourself. You're a disadvantage to yourself, because if somebody doesn't know the value of what they're coming to see, then why are they going to drive across town? Why are they going to drive 20 minutes? Why are they going to drive an hour? Why are they going to come out? So your best guest coming to a meeting is a guest that's coming to a meeting to validate. you've already done the invitation with them. They've already seen the video in whatever format that they have. They've already done the three-way phone call with another leader, and now they're coming to a live meeting to see what else they can see. Who are the kinds of people that are involved with this business? That is your strongest guess coming to a meeting, is someone that is coming there for a second look. Heck, maybe it's even a third look. So use the live meetings for the second look, which means you've got 6 days between each meeting, assuming we're talking about one weekly meeting, or maybe you're doing 2 or 3, but let's just say it's just one. You've got 6 meetings to get on the court, get your prospects on base where they've already done the 3 or 4 phone call, and then they're coming to a live meeting. Now that live meeting might be in town, it might be in a market that's out of town. Either way, it doesn't matter. But especially if you have someone going out of town, having someone go from out of town who's not seen the video, I think that is your hardest candidate or most unreliable candidate to get to a meeting. So if you will focus on getting them to look when you're together, either in a one-on-one session or in a session where you're on the phone with them when it works for both of y'all. Now, if it's completely impossible for you to stay on the line with somebody, I would say definitely, get them on the phone, get them on the website, and then tee up your partner, your upline partner that's going to get with them. And you can let them know, listen, Bob, I'm at work right now, but one of the reasons why I'm able to build this business is because I've got full-time partners, and I'm going to have my partner, Jack, give you a call to follow up with you here in about 15 minutes, okay? So just keep an eye out for, you're not going to have the number in your phone. If you know the person's phone number, you say, hey, look for the last 4 digits. They're going to catch back up with you at that time. Now, you've already teed up your upline partner or expert to do that, so keep the ball moving, make this business fluid. Don't get stuck by rigidity and having to, everything's got to be in a certain place at a certain time. Just get them in front of the information. Okay, so if you're in a market that is relatively close to, let's say, whether it be the Dallas meeting, the Houston meeting, or wherever it is in Texas or any other state that you might be in, or maybe you've got the meetings that are available for you are not on the best night. They're too far away. Whatever that is, start a meeting. Now, for some of you guys, you just took a big old gulp in your mouth and you're like, what? I'm only a MC. I'm only an RC. You can start a meeting. Start a weekly home meeting. It's going to put you in an accountability position to where you're going to make sure that you have at least your own guests there. So get a free room at a restaurant. If you've got enough room in your living room and it works for you, then pick, you can do it weekly or you can do it every other week, however you want to do it. But put yourself on the court and start a meeting. Anyone can start a meeting. You understand, you've been given all the tools for you to go ahead and start building your business. There's nothing holding you back. I could only imagine that if we would have had a magazine with a DVD in it back in 07, 08, 09, I don't remember when we first started getting DVDs, but I could only imagine at the speed that we would have been able to build our business. And because now you've got a meeting in a kit. You don't have to be tied to a live meeting for the sole purpose of building your business. I think that you should always take the opportunity with you and your team that you're always plugging into a live meeting. That might mean an investment of a 30-minute drive or an hour drive, whatever that is. But understand, it's that drive, it's that time commitment that actually has people get bought in. This is a buy-in type business, and the biggest buy-in that someone's going to make is with their time that they continue to invest over and over in the business. Because once you've paid your $429 and you've gotten your bonuses, and whether you've sponsored someone or not, or however you've done that, most people get in the black fairly quickly with this business. So once you've done that, there's nothing else at risk. The alternative is if you don't take the time and start learning how to actually do a small group or a home meeting and start doing that on a regular basis, your business is going to grow slow. That's just a fact. We've never been tied to just one meeting for building our business. We've always utilized the tools. We've always gotten in front of people. We've utilized home meetings throughout the team, and this is the only way I know for you to expand your business beyond your comfort zone. There's no reason in the world why you can't start hosting a meeting. Now, I'm not saying you don't need a little bit of training, a little bit of coaching. There's a number of things that you might have to kind of learn, but once you've done it once or twice, I mean, you may not be a pro at it, but you're not going to be horrible. I mean, I think everyone's concern is, oh, well, it's going to be horrible, or I'm going to carve the night out and people aren't going to show. Hey, that's part of the process. Mary and I have driven 4 or 5 hours for no guests. That's happened. I mean, it's not fun, but, when I hear Ray's done the same thing, Steve's done the same thing, Brian's done the same thing, I mean, listen, I guess I'm in good company. It happens. You're going to have that happen. But you can't let those losses turn into those other people's victories that probably don't necessarily believe in this as much as you do, that this is something that you can't become successful at. Everyone and their mother can become successful at this business if they have skills. I have yet to see somebody, and I'll say a little bit more about this, leave Ambit to go off and make more money. I haven't seen it. Now, here's the other thing. I haven't seen somebody leave Ambit that had to learn a different set of skills than what they were supposed to learn here. Okay, so I go on a lot of top, network marketing guys and gals websites, and I look at their getting started kits, and I look at their, they've got a 10-step, they got an 8-step, they got a 12-step, whatever they got. They've got some kind of step system that they want them to follow. And I'm talking about, folks, leaders that are making $200,000 a month, $500,000 a month, even $1 million a month, and their steps and the skills that they're asking their people to develop are the same skills that we're asking Ambit consultants to develop. It's the same skills that Mary and I had to learn and develop. So no matter what it is, if you don't learn it here, you're going to have to learn it somewhere else, and you're going to have to learn it with a lesser opportunity or a lesser compensation plan, and I just don't think that's smart. I think whatever you got to learn here, learn it now, and get bought in now. I talked on the previous call about, believing much bigger, much sooner. Some of you guys right now are you're not on the belief side, you're on the hope I hope side. And listen, nothing happens without hope. And sometimes you got to be at an event just so you can get hope, because without hope there is no belief. And if hope is diminished, if hope is lacking, or you're just on the hope side, then we got to get you to the point where you can get on the belief side so you can get bought in, so people have something to follow. See, when you start letting people beat you up, get you down, and you start interacting with other people, and you haven't got that cleared up, you haven't gotten with your upline and gotten all that stuff cleared up, you take that stuff into the next conversation, and it's kind of like, just going in like a wounded dog. And yeah, I mean, they might feel some pity for you, but they're probably not going to follow you around too much. So this is your opportunity to become something different. It's one of the reasons why we talk about, dressing for success. Like a lot of the young guys that have come into the business over the years, they dress up because they got to compensate for their age. You look at Jordan Buckingham. Jordan's always dressed better than me. You look at Joshua Reyes. He's always dressed better. They got to play up so people can take them serious. Now that's why these guys are recruiting guys that are 10, 15, 20, 30 years older than them, because they showed up serious. They showed up prepared to build a business like those people were expecting a big business should look like. And listen, I would love to be able to show up in flip-flops and some Bahama, Tommy Bahama shorts and whatever, a Hawaiian shirt. Not that I'd look good in a Hawaiian shirt, but just the mere fact that, it'd be nice to not have to go to a meeting, dressed up in a suit. It's just part of the game as a leader. I don't know how to get around that. During the day, obviously, I'm not dressed up in a suit, but dressing up is an outer expression of showing people something's going on, something different's going on. People are look at you differently, especially if your job doesn't require a suit, especially if your job doesn't require a sports coat and a pair of slacks. You start showing up that way, people are going to go, what are you up to? It's like, man, I have gotten partnered with some incredible people, and you know what? I gotta dress the part, because this is serious money that's on the table, and I want people to take me serious, because my background doesn't dictate that this is something I would be necessarily good at, but I've got a hunger and a fire for building this business, and I'm not going to let anything or anyone hold me back from building it. If I had something to say. No. So it's kind of a different experience for you guys that are watching this live, because you don't usually get to see us kind of go back and forth here sometimes. So it's really important that you guys start showing up different. Now, some of you guys, listen, you know, I'm not, you dress well and there's no question about it, but maybe it's something else. Maybe it's your enthusiasm. Maybe it's your passion for the business. Maybe it's the things that you're not saying because you don't want someone to reject or think that you're weird or off. Listen, the biggest thing for me is I don't really say I have a concern of being rejected. I think one of the things that I still fight through from time to time is I don't want to look foolish, you know, and you know, but most of the time I am willing to take that chance, and you know, willing to, if someone thinks I'm looking foolish, that's fine, but I'm not saying I still deal with those thoughts. I mean, I was the guy in high school most of the time, or just in school, that I walked with my head down a lot, so I didn't, you know, I didn't have the utmost, I would say, confidence. I would say my daughter Brittany, by the age of 12, had more confidence I did till the time I was 26. So, you know, this is a confidence game, and I love how Adam Carey refers to that. Is you've got to do things to build your confidence in this business. People want to follow confident people. Now, some of you might be thinking, hey, well, I don't have the confidence right now, so I'm not going to invite people till I'm confident. It doesn't work that way. You're going to have to act your way into a feeling. You're going to have to get coaching on your actions, review your results, and get back out there and go make some more invitations and take a chance on looking foolish. There's no getting around that. I've yet to find anyone successful that didn't have to take a chance on looking foolish or have someone reject them. That's this business. That's any business. Anywhere you're on the front line of building something, there's going to be that chance. The fortunate thing for you is that you do not need everyone to join your business. You need a handful, and you're going to build from there. You're going to get another handful, and you're going to build from there. And I don't care if that means you got to go through hundreds of people to get there. Because if you don't do this, I don't know what else someone's going to go do. This is the lowest buy-in for the maximum amount of leverage that you're going to find in our industry that is going to cover the basic essentials that somebody needs in their life, where we're not changing buying habits, we're not selling above retail, and we simply have the ability to go wherever we want with the business, and we're not going to be shackled by inventory and all the other things that we talk about in our presentations. This is going to give you the maximum amount of time freedom. It's your job, your task, to learn how to build this business. At times, it may hurt. At times, it may suck. But here's what I can tell you. Winners play hurt. They play hurt all the time. It doesn't matter. You talk to any pro athlete or anyone that once played pro, they'll tell you they play hurt most of the time. Fortunately, we're not dealing with a lot of physical pain here in the business, but there are times where you're going to have to play hurt. You're going to have to take action when it doesn't feel good, when it's not comfortable. But that's how you break through that junk. That's how you get to climb up in this comp plan. The fortunate thing for you is you don't have to do it alone. You don't have to do it all by yourself. You've got a team of people that will fight for you every step of the way if you let them. But you must learn to embrace correction. You must learn to embrace coaching. There's no getting around that. If you want to learn this business on your own, it's okay. It's your choice. It's your business. You're an independent consultant getting a 1099 at the end of every year. If you don't like how what the numbers, the zeros, the commas that are on that or not on that 1099, it's up to you to increase that. You just don't have to do it by yourself, and we don't want you to. So that's why we're encouraging to take chances and take the risk for, going on these events. Someone last night was telling me that their spouse was kind of getting on them for, wanting to spend money on the hotel when they live in Dallas. And I said, you're getting free energy, aren't you? I said, absolutely. I said, take it out of your free energy. Because this business at this point in time for you is 100% profitable every month. Now, you want that profitability to be more every month, and we'll get there. But right now, you're building your business on 100% profit on a monthly basis. That's a good place to be building from versus building from the red. Do you have anything else? All right, guys, we're gonna be wrapping this up. I mean, all I can tell you is it's your time to get fired up. People need to see the change in you. If you're not fired up, call your upline. Get fired up. Get clear on what you knew. You came into this business to achieve a why or multiple whys, and there's no good reason why you should quit on that. Now, if that why wasn't big enough, then maybe it is a good reason to quit on it. But I'm telling you, make a big why and don't quit on it, and let people hold you accountable. Now, if you want to play small, you don't want to be held accountable, you don't want to come up with a big why, again, it's your choice. But you just don't get the privilege of writing a success story that people are going to want to follow. So you've got a choice to make. Are you going to get fired up? Are you going to let this business change you for the better? Not just in your finances, but in every aspect of your entire life. It won't be over. But gosh, if you could transform your life in 12, 24, 36 months with this business, would that not be worth it? Is there anything you've done over the past 12, 24, 36 months that's radically changed your life in every area of your life? Most people I talk to, they haven't had that experience. But a lot of people I talk to here at Ambit have had that experience. And that's why we're telling you, fight the good fight, do what you need to do to get your belief level, get your confidence level up, and join in the ring with us, and don't quit. Don't quit on yourself. Don't quit on your why. Don't quit on your family. This is the time to hunker down, dig your heels in, and say, this is it. This is where I'm making it. Doesn't matter what I run up against. This is what I'm making it with, and I'm going to bring as many people along with me as I possibly can, and the ones that don't want to come right now, maybe they can come later. And the ones that are so interested in seeing you fail, just let them know they don't get invited to the party. They don't get into the success party when it happens. I saw a quote by Will Smith, and I'll leave with this. He goes, if you're not going to be with me in my struggle, you're not going to be with me in my success. And people that have fought us don't get to participate with us anymore. And unless there's a radical change over there, a transformation where they're willing to clean that up, then they don't get to come back in. We're pretty protective of our core relationships, whether it be with our family, our kids, me and Mary personally and together, because I want people that lift me up. I want people that embrace what I'm up to, that are going to push me forward, and when they hear me say, man, I'm really wondering if this is going to work, I want them to say, you can do this, and this is why. So guys, I pray that you bring the right people in your life, you continue fighting the good fight, get the coaching you need, don't quit on the small stuff. The big victories are way worth it, and I hope to see you at the top.
I think there was a round of thunderous applause at that. Your conference recording has stopped. There's no time to put it on there. Good job, Richard. Nice shirt.
Thank you.
About mine.
Mary's got a nice shirt on.